Tap in, workaholics. Welcome back on Intellectual Radio. Feed your brain with Connect the Dots podcast. It's your host, Shay from Shade Room Entertainment in the building. Don't forget to add, share, push, promote, and invest. Support us on all platforms. During shows, you could call in at 708-223-8953. Heavy hitters in rotation. Must have clean music to stay connected and rotate. We have a special guest in the building and her manager. So you gotta tell them who you are. You gotta let them know.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Sydney Sanaa. I'm a 19-year-old singer, songwriter, performer, and you can follow me on all platforms. I just released my debut single, Denim. You can find that everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, whatever is your preference. And today, I'm so excited to be here and talk with you, Sade. I'm so
Come on.
excited. Thank you so much to Intellectual Radio for having me. And, shout out to my manager, Jesse, as well. Give a huge shout out to him.
Come on, Jesse.
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes, but before we start to dive in everything, I always do a prayer just to let you know we all pray for everything we going through and everything that's going on. Dear God, I pray for strength to keep going even when life feels heavy. Remind me that every battle has purpose, every delay has a meaning, and every prayer has been heard. Fill my heart with the courage to trust that you are working behind the scenes. Give me peace, courage, and everything I need to breakthroughs. We should say breakthroughs is going on. In your name, Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I also have a mission statement. Our mission on Connect the Dots is building healthy relationships with all ages during the process of growing and glowing. Together as a team, create opportunities, ideas by providing a safe environment to conduct business, experience to share, leave a mark on our community to relate, find out the flowers and things that's going on, and connect with all over the world. So, what you say? We're gonna dive right into it.
Okay, let's do it.
So we're gonna go right into your background.
Okay.
When did you start doing music?
I think music has always been a very huge part of me. I mean,
Okay.
my family has always loved music and is very, very much so been musically inclined. I started singing ever since I could talk, and I've been
Ooh.
writing ever since. Like I've always been freestyling and writing my little songs, and I think I got into poetry at a young age, around like 8 or 9 years old.
Poetry is
Yeah,
good.
and I remember when we had an event in third grade, we had a poetry competition, and one of my poems actually got published. And I think I started turning that into songwriting as well, and just combining the two. And if ever since then, it's been history. But I think I decided to take my career seriously around 2019, a little bit before the pandemic.
2019.
And I think around that time, I was just in my room, just writing, experimenting with production a little bit. I didn't know too much at the time, but I was just experimenting and allowing myself to create. And I started doing some gigs. I got affiliated with Collaboration around
Okay.
Chicago, and we did some gigs. And I realized how much I love performing and creating and art mixed with social justice and all of that. And I think near high school is when I decided I wanted to take
To
it
really
seriously.
do it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So you was in school while you was doing the music.
Right.
And a lot
Yeah.
of people don't know that's really how it starts.
That's how it
That's
starts, for
really
real.
how it
A
starts.
lot of people don't know that.
With the
but
beating drums on the desk, it
Yes.
might comes from just a different type of route.
Yeah.
And then you grow into it.
Mhm.
And you start writing at 16 and things like that. So I know you have to deal with a lot of challenges just trying to shape up
Absolutely.
your, I call it artist development.
Mhm.
Because when you go into it, you got to do all types of,
Right.
styles just to
Yeah.
see which one is yours.
Yeah.
Because you might start one way, you might end up another.
Mhm.
Like I might start rapping fast, but I might be good in the slow lane.
Right. Exactly.
So, how what's the challenges behind writing? Like, is you a
Um,
fast writer, slow writer?
It really depends because I do so many different genres. I do like R&B, pop. Sometimes I feel like right now I'm tapping into my singer songwriter like folk
Okay.
bag. I also rap and stuff too. So it really just depends. And I think being a creative where you're inspired by so many different fields of music and so many different pieces of art, sometimes I feel like for me, and maybe other creatives out there can relate as well. I get so inspired where I have too many ideas, and sometimes I'm trying to piece together like what fits where. And I feel like sometimes when you have so many ideas, it can be a little difficult to try to consolidate and figure out what belongs where. I feel like every lyric needs to have a home,
That's
and
that's true.
yeah, I just feel like that's
That's
so important. So I feel like at this stage right now, that's been the most difficult for me.
But I think that's good though, because that means it's genuine. It comes from a real place,
Exactly.
right?
I call
Absolutely.
it brain
Yeah.
dropping. When you just
Ex-
gotta drop, start to
right.
come back to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't
It's like the
get
opposite of
right
a mind
into it.
block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else other challenges you face as doing an artist?
I think right now, just like experimenting and figuring out what works for you and just trying to figure out the exact message that you want to put out. And also, like we're doing this independently. Like as of right now, like it's been me from the jump. And obviously I've had my amazing parents to help me along the way.
Yes.
But once I got to school, like it really has been, and especially this last semester, really has been me and Jesse, like trying to navigate this type of thing and make it work. And, being your own team and like having to navigate that
Mhm.
because I find it so important to be the face if you're going to be an artist to dip into every single thing. Like even though producing isn't your thing, be at the sessions,
Mm,
if you're,
I
if
like
writing
that.
isn't really your thing, show up.
Be
And
a
I think it's
student.
so important, especially for me. Like I want to be in every single thing, but sometimes it can be difficult when you don't have the backing as being independent and starting out.
Ooh, and you gotta let them know being
You
young.
gotta let them know.
Cause even when I started, I was young as well. But it's like being a student.
Yeah,
And I
of
watch
course.
other people our ages that's young.
Mhm.
They know how to raise their own money. They know how to go
Okay.
hustle and
Right.
work for what they want, and they invest into their own CDs. That's how I really started
Yeah.
with the CDs and passing out with the picture on and
Right.
things
That's
like
Yeah.
so
that.
dope. Yeah.
Or even when I was 15, 14, I was so used to shows, being on the flyer every
Right.
other weekend.
Yeah.
And that's crazy how they had things going on at the time for artists.
Hmm.
So to see me still performing, it's like just imagine performing for 15 years.
Right.
To me, it's like doing a tour locally. Like I
Hmm.
have experienced a tour. It's
Exactly.
just been in a circle, but you still experience just doing a lot of things consistently over and over again. And a lot of people don't stick into doing music. It's like they get into it and they get out of it.
How
Right.
much do you think that social media has changed that game for you, though?
Um, I think in a good way,
Hmm.
yes. It changed in good ways where yes, you could get more access to things quicker. You could show things quicker all
Sure,
over the
yeah.
world.
Hmm.
You can get paid off things digitally, yes. But
Accessibility,
but
right?
I'm
Hmm.
still kind of old fashioned in a way. Like I like the fact that people could still come out to see you,
I
or
love that
because
too.
it push you to come out.
Exactly.
If everybody
It's
is just
intimate.
Right.
watching us on the screen, it's like we never got that. We doing this all day,
Right.
Mhm.
all
All
day,
day.
But
all
what's in
day.
front of you, that's real,
Yes,
in
I
a
feel
sense,
like
It's
could
right?
real.
actually laugh with people, or after they see perform, they can give some pointers, or
Hmm.
you could take pictures with people. That's more, you know, connecting with people versus just I can't really get to know you over the phone.
Hmm.
Right.
Because
Not
you
that.
could,
Mhm.
that's crazy
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that artistry isn't found in social media. Not that all of these people on social media have what it takes. But when you see that in real life, that's raw. That's
Hmm.
Yes,
that's
Yeah.
raw artistry, and you can
you
feel
could
the
feel
emotion.
You
it.
You can
feel it.
feel it right in front of them, and you can really bounce back and forth with that energy.
Just like now, we connected through. I didn't know who you was before I met her, but I got to know her before I met her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's crazy. So a lot of shout out to the people that refer you, your family, your
Yes.
friends. She
Shout out
definitely in
Auntie
the
Lisa.
building. Lisa in the building. She definitely
Yeah.
referred you. She was telling me about you, and I did all my notes. Like, oh man,
Yes.
Lisa was cruising today.
I'm
Yeah, she was
telling you,
Yeah,
she
cruising.
was
yeah.
She
ready.
was on it.
And the traffic was nice. It was meant to come straight through. I'm like,
Mhm,
Yeah.
whoa, we
mhm.
got here
I
early,
was
right
not
on
used to
time.
Chicago traffic. That
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
I had to get used to it because the difference between like going home and then here, places be small. Then as you
Yeah.
go, it gets bigger. You
Hmm.
get to see bigger buildings, and then
Right.
as you go back home, things get smaller. So you realize you ain't gonna be able to grow if you don't get out there. You have
mhm,
to take
Absolutely.
chances and really go out there and connect with others.
mhm.
Because if you stand in one spot, how can you
How can
move?
you win?
You
Yes,
need to move. Everybody got to be able to share what's going on.
Yeah.
Sydney,
Absolutely.
I want to say this because I think that we
Yeah.
both relate to this. Is
Hmm.
why we went to Berkeley. I think that where we grew up, we were both like not to toot our own horns,
Right.
but we were
Come on.
big fish. We're big fish in like a pond.
Yeah.
But then when we come to Berkeley, we realize there's a whole ocean right in front of us,
Right.
right? So it's really all perspective,
It
and it's
is for
something that you were
sure.
talking about.
And you got to talk about the college. You got to talk about
Yes,
being a,
of
come
course.
on.
I'm excited to get into it.
Talk about it. Let them
Yeah.
know.
So I graduated high school a year early at 16. and I applied to Berkeley in February. It was the February before I was going to graduate
Okay.
as in my junior year, but technically my senior year. And that's when actually when I started writing Denim too. I wrote it for the audition. And I was thinking about how, because at that point I obviously knew that I wanted to do music, but I've also been interested in so many different things. Like I love psychology, and
Ooh.
I love specifically how music affects the brain. Like that's always been like that one thing that
The
I love, and I still
highlight.
pursue that now. Like I'm minoring in music therapy, but it was always a thing of whether I wanted to pursue music over
To
medical,
really.
or like vice versa.
Ooh.
So I was looking at some schools, and I was so blessed to be able to be offered so many full ride scholarships in my state of Indiana, which I was so blessed to receive. But I decided just on a whim. I didn't know too much about Berkeley, but I decided to just go for it and do the
Go
audition.
for.
And luckily, they had an audition spot in Chicago, so I pulled up. I sang a couple songs. I sang a musical theater song, and I also sang Denim because I wanted to show my versatility. And I felt really good about the audition. I felt like it didn't feel like an audition. It felt like I was like I
Home
was where I,
performing.
yeah. It felt like I was exactly where I needed to be. And I wasn't expecting too much of it. I knew that I was like, hopefully I got in. I felt really confident. I knew
Okay.
I may have gotten in. I felt a little confident about that, but no, I did not realize that I was gonna be able to get a full ride scholarship or anything like that, which I'm so blessed.
That's
Glory to
because you
God.
manifested. You said this is like a day to day
Absolutely.
type joint. You said this
Yeah.
this type of song you could play day to day.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
celebrate Black excellence. He was talking about a lot of things that symbolize growth and
Hmm.
things like that. And then you're
Yeah.
young doing this. Then you'll bounce back.
Right.
You guys see, I was reading that bounce back.
The
They don't
bounce
know about
backs.
that behind the scenes. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of things that it takes to do music as a producer, engineer, the beats, the studio, the
Hmm.
scheduling, the time, the booking,
Yes.
the sound, the voice. What if your voice is out?
Exactly.
You gotta
Yeah.
drink tea. You gotta eat soup. You gotta do a lot of things just to
Absolutely.
maintain a character. That's why I tell people artist development because we
Artistry.
don't think about things like that as we go on.
Hmm.
We just like, oh, I'm just doing music. Oh
Right.
no, but when things go wrong, you don't have no type of journal, no type of notes, no type
Hmm.
of. I call it like a emergency plan. Like things go wrong,
Right.
what I'm gonna do?
Right.
You
Yeah.
need some type of team. You need some type of resources or investment savings, anything that helps you as an artist when things go wrong. I would definitely highlight that. Um, so bounce back. You gotta talk about that because they gotta really
Yeah.
understand what the
I'm
song comes from. This is like a
right.
baby.
This is my
So this
baby.
the baby shower.
This is my baby.
This is
Um.
really telling them about it.
Yes. Um. I'm trying to figure out how to word this without getting. I don't want to get messy, but it was nasty.
It
The
was.
come up. It
Ooh,
was
come
really it
on,
was
man! You gotta tell it.
nasty.
Let them
Um.
don't sugarcoat now.
Right. So basically, I was, you knew about the story about how I created Denim and how I did this before high school. I performed this song. I got the opportunity to perform it at Lollapalooza. With collaboration, which I was so blessed to have that opportunity. So people knew
Mhm.
this song. People were familiar with the song. It just wasn't produced. So once I get to Berkeley, it was my first semester, and I meet with this producer, and I thought we had a great relationship. But things got very nasty to where the point where they thought that they could put their face on my record. Mind you, the experiences that I was talking about coming, like, you didn't come up from a rocky place.
Come on.
I came up from a rocky place, and just going through that. And I was 17 at the time. I was 17
Okay.
freshman year in college, and I feel like at that time I was also very vulnerable, but I was also so eager and excited to be able to create and put my music out
That's
into
when
the
you
world.
really.
But it was such a
Mhm.
good learning experience because after that I had contracts for everything. I had everything in place to make
Mhm.
sure everything was where it needed to be and be able to pursue it. And it definitely put me in a rut for the rest of the semester. But luckily, the producer who on it now, shout out Coco Saba, he reached out to
Shout
me. He was
out.
like, "Hey, I think this whole situation is really messed up, but I want to help you. I want to be able to work with you." So we got together that summer and worked on the record. We spent a couple more semesters on it. We were able to put it out, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to share my story.
And you know what's crazy? You still gonna
And
you
it's
still gonna tell it because
yes.
what I tell people, you in between blessings.
Exactly.
Don't
Right.
worry. I tell sometimes don't worry about the results. Trust
Yeah.
the process.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you about the end later, but right now, let me tell you how
Yeah.
I'm getting to my results because they
Hmm.
don't know about them hard nights
They
when
don't
you
know.
put
Yeah.
down a pen, picked it up, put down a pen, picked it up, and
Okay.
the song is out
Yeah.
now. So you be like, ooh, sometimes you gotta
Right.
look back and really think about the times you wanted to give up on something, but you
Yeah.
still pushing towards it.
Hmm.
And you gotta remind you, you got all these influences around you, all these people around you. You got different type of styles around you in school.
Yeah.
You got this going on in your personal life. Sometimes certain things will take over.
Right.
You have to take a break, and it's okay.
It's okay.
Sometimes this certain things is not ready for certain seasons.
I agree.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's crazy to say
Hmm.
it, but we want things
No,
to
I
happen this
agree.
season, but it's really meant to happen that season
Yeah.
because this season is meant for you to go through it alone.
I think that was one of the big things too with this record too, because people were expecting it to come out so much sooner because I have started working on it so much longer. And with the situation with the producer, people were still waiting on the record. They're like, "So when are you gonna drop it?" And I think that added so much pressure onto me. And then when you were talking
Ooh.
about like when wanting to stop, I had so many moments where I was like, "Do I continue doing this?" Like I started to question myself. I'm like, do I still have it? Like, do I still have it in me to
Mhm.
finish this record? Because at the same time, like, yes, I wanted to get it out just as much as everyone else, but at the same time, I was still sitting there like I want to take my time with this.
Don't rush it.
My family taught me at a very young age to never rush anything, and it's always on in God's timing, which I believe in. And I think that I really want to spend time with the record, and I just want people to know that I will never be on your timing. Like I will always be on my
Ooh,
own
come
timing.
on.
And getting that record out the way that I wanted it to be, I wouldn't change a thing at the end of the day.
And then I'm learning too when you're going through it at a young age, the pressure is real.
It's real,
Because when I first
especially at a
started,
music school
oh,
too.
ooh, because I was in middle school started. I started out with the little drums and
Right?
things, and
Yeah.
when I started rapping, I probably went on beat. I just started rapping.
Right.
So when I was around other people that probably rap better than me, that's what really
Mm,
inspired me.
right.
Not knowing, see, I didn't know how to rap, but I
Exactly.
paid attention how they was rapping and how they got to it and flowing. I
Hmm.
said, okay, I just need a little couple of pointers.
Right.
But a lot of people don't understand sometimes practice really do make perfect.
Hmm.
You got to really keep doing it over and over and over
Yeah.
again just to get it down pat.
Hmm.
Sometimes it might take you longer than others. It's
It's
okay.
okay.
But everything's not meant for everybody too.
Right.
But if you know you have a dream to do it, you got to do it all back. You got
Exactly.
to do it because you
Absolutely.
don't know the outcome until you do it. And if
Exactly.
it don't work out, fine, you did it.
You
Scratch
did
off your list.
it.
But
Right.
if you could look back and see the results of your dreams like this, you have
Hmm.
to like right now.
Right.
This is all over the place. So you have to keep pushing it, going into shows, have booking.
Yeah.
I know you booking too.
Hey, we booking.
So how you do you perform live often or
Yes, yes, that is like my main thing. Like
okay.
I crave like that type of live intimacy in my performances.
Okay.
And and I think Jesse can also attest to this too. Like when I
Mhm.
do a show, like we do it big. Like I get a full band, we get a live band, I get strings,
Ooh.
I get
You do
Shout
the
out to the
you
BGVs.
you whip out the
I teach
choreo.
them choreo. Like I really
The
whip.
dancing. Oh
Yes, I whip
yes.
everyone into shape because I think that it doesn't matter what stage you're in or what venue. I don't care if we in a cafe. Like you got to perform like it's your last.
You
And
got
I
to.
think it's so important. And I just love live performance because that's something that you can't get off of just like a radio clip
Or a reel
or a
or a
reel,
TikTok.
exactly, or a
Yeah.
TikTok or something.
You said now they got them AIs and everything else. They got they
No, no,
might
no, no,
perform
Okay.
no.
for you. You
Yeah,
might look
but
up, you didn't perform, didn't even realize it. So
uh,
and I noticed like even with past experience, it's a lot of people that will hinder you. Like they'll hold you up or
yeah.
doubt you, or like you said with the past, but anybody you dealt with.
Hmm.
You'd be surprised how many people you gonna deal with before you get to the right
Okay,
people
it never
because
ends.
you know, you start with these what does I say? You can create your own team,
Hmm.
but I also learned that you really can't train people how to do a job. I mean, how to be a person. You're gonna train them how to do a job,
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you pay attention to their personalities and you
Hmm.
know that they ready for it, you would know.
You wouldn't. Yeah.
But when things are hard for you, that's like God saying it ain't gonna work out. When it gets too
Let it go.
hard, you know it's too hard. You didn't
Yeah.
did all your options.
Ain't gonna
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
That's when it's time to reset, redirect.
So you go
Um,
back to him.
yes, you'd be
You go back.
surprised. You'd be surprised when you did everything you could to keep something going. And a lot of people around you just not meant to go. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
And that's why I'm glad you was able to have new people to connect with and
Yes.
start fresh. What you said, new season
New
to
season.
really bring it in.
Yes.
And now you say you was at 17, you was 1,000 miles away from home.
1,000 miles away from home. Yeah.
So you really had the guts to say, I'm finna just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I think restarting, and that was one thing that I was afraid of because especially because this was like my first semester of college. Like you trying to get adjusted, like you made
Ooh.
so many meaningful connections, and to go through something like that because this person was threatening to sue me over my own
Oh,
song
I
at
know you
17 years
had to.
old. It was, I was like,
Now how you in court at 17?
court at 17.
Oh Lord.
Oh
So how
Lord.
did it?
But I think like I was saying, yeah, I think I went through all of that, but at the same time, I'm so blessed to like to go through the experience and know that it's okay to start over because I feel like that was God's way of showing me that I felt too comfortable. And it's okay, you got to get
That's ooh.
uncomfortable.
It's scary to find your people, to
You'll
find
be
It's
and
scary.
to get your roots in a
Yeah.
new.
especially when you're doing something big or you got something good going on, you'll be surprised
Yeah.
what the challenges that come your way about the different things you need to do, should have done.
Right.
They'll sue you if you don't dress right.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
they'll find
it's true.
anything to nitpick or just point at you just so
Right.
you can't finish your project.
Exactly.
And you still was able to finish the project. So
Hmm.
I tell people, I understand, times is hard, but you ain't gotta sue me for everything. So,
Right.
just let's have a talk. A conversation go a long way,
Exactly.
you
Hey,
know.
I always say that.
And people don't like to talk. I learned is
Yeah.
that, especially with music. I was just saying my last show, or a lot of artists like beefing with each other. If you notice, like the
Mm.
music scene right now is a lot of
Yeah.
who I
It's
can't even
who said
explain it.
what, who did that.
But I'm
Yeah,
learning we could really learn from each other just by doing music.
it's true.
If you really think about it, that's why I want to have a network party where everybody could come together and really
I would
talk
love to be a
about.
part of that
It's gonna be
anyway.
in
Yeah.
January.
Hey, I might be home
Are
then.
you
Yeah, I
definitely?
will
She
be home.
definitely just made the list. We have some trophies. We definitely
Thank
give
you. I
away to our
appreciate the
special
invite.
guests. We
Yes.
definitely got some stuff going on. Some giveaways for the special guests. They've
Mhm.
been coming to connect heavy.
Heavy.
So I want to bring people together. Sit down, talk about
That's awesome.
experiences. I think about the live band. I'm really looking into that. That might be nice to have somebody play
Yes.
live band.
And I
Everything
direct
natural.
everything too. I make most of the arrangements and things. And Jesse also plays drums, so he plays often with me as
See
well.
how
So
everything come
everything
together.
comes
Look,
Comes
this
together.
might be
together.
we might be
I got
right
I
direct.
got
Yeah.
a lot of friends here at Northwestern who go to the music school here.
Hmm.
Super
Oh, and
talented.
that would be nice to
Yes.
bring
Yeah, you
that
can
part of
connect.
okay.
Yes.
They could speak on
There's
their
so many talented
experiences.
musicians that I've met through here that I've gotten the pleasure to work with as well too. Like there's so much culture and heart in Chicago, and I love like working with Chicago artists all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be really nice. So right before we go on break, we're gonna dive into a lot of what you say this release party.
Yes.
But we're gonna take a
That was so
break. That way
fun.
we could really talk
We
about
can
that.
really
I
talk
know
about
that
it.
was quick. So make sure you guys call in at 708-223-8953. Don't forget to feed your brain on
Yes.
intellectual radio, connect the dots. But we could still talk about when you released the song.
Yeah.
When did you release it?
I released it September 19th, 2025.
Oh, so this year.
Yes.
Okay. And this was you released it in Boston or they were just on all
It was on all
platforms?
platforms everywhere. You can. I'm sorry, I'm no mean to self plug, but it's everywhere. You can find it on SoundCloud,
Oh.
Spotify, Apple
Mhm.
Music, Pandora. It's everywhere.
Okay. So I definitely was finding everywhere. I was
Yes.
definitely checking some things out.
Good. I'm
And your shout out
glad.
to your followers.
Yes. Shout out to my followers. I'm on live stream right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to like not say hey to y'all, but
He said
thank you guys so much for popping out.
definitely give them some shout
Yes,
outs. Tell
shout
them some
outs.
shout
During the
outs.
break, I'll also check in with y'all to see how y'all feeling and answer some questions as well.
We
So
didn't want to leave them out. We said we
yeah,
ain't
we're
gonna
not
leave them
leaving
out.
y'all out. Y'all part of the family too. I'm gonna start looking over here too with
Well,
y'all.
we still got a little time just to acknowledge them real quick. We're gonna
Right,
keep it
yeah.
going. How
Thank you guys. I see people joining in. Hello, hello, hello. Who do we have in here?
you say they tapping
They
in.
tapping in.
How was the support with the music? Did a lot of people was the
Yes.
feedback?
So many people came to
So
the
many
release
people
party.
came to the
Yeah.
release party, and I felt so overwhelmed with the reception. I was just happy if one person even listened to the record, to be honest. And I knew that my family
Oh,
obviously was gonna tune in. My mom was ready. She was ready at 11:59 on the dot, waiting for it to drop at 12 a.m. Okay,
you said she was
and she
ready.
was ready. But just the perception that I got from my classmates at school as well, I was so happy and grateful. And just even from around the world, like I have strangers who are making TikToks and dancing to my songs. Like I've never experienced like that amount of love on something that I put out into the world
TikTok.
like that. And it was such an amazing experience. And I'm still getting, messages and things.
I
You
And
think
should do a TikTok dance.
I think we should do a TikTok dance too.
You know, so everybody around, to have that
Right.
little.
exactly.
Yes, I
Oh,
have a
you
plan. I have
gotta.
an audio plan during the break so we can do something.
I think
Okay.
I think real quick though, and like initially when everyone came to the party and then you play the song for the first time and you heard everyone like singing along to it, it means they listened
Yes.
to it. It means that they
Yes.
cared,
Yeah.
and more so, and obviously that they liked it. But
Right.
it was so amazing to see all these peers, and especially so peers of ours at
R&B.
Berkeley
Right.
who have that ear, who are such harsh critics, not like really
Exactly.
on themselves but on the rest of us, because
Hmm.
they're still trying to find their place here at Berkeley. I think that it was it's
Ooh.
ineffable. The words I cannot describe how
Yeah.
much love I felt from it too.
Yeah.
Putting all that together.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, the turnout was incredible.
Different.
Like, because we did a thing where we played the song, and then I had some people who usually perform with me to do the dance with me because I have a
Okay.
signature dance for the record. And the fact that people who I didn't even know for real came up and they were doing the dance too, and they were singing along, it was such an emotional moment for me. And it really showed me the possibility of where this could take me for sure.
And still take you.
And it's
That's why
still
I'm like,
taking me
oh
there.
man. So the release part really, what was it?
Yeah.
Did you take a lot of pictures?
Yes, we took a lot of pictures. A lot of
Okay.
pictures, lots of videos, and I'm still posting videos from that too. So I
Cause
have a lot stocked up. Yeah.
well, you might be at the
Yeah.
different places, travel. They do so much things now, like for churches
Right.
or
Yeah.
back to school. You got giveaways. I just had a giveaway for Connect the Dots back to school for kids.
Oh, that's so
You know,
That's
cool.
amazing.
so everybody
Yeah.
ate good for free,
Oh,
and
wait,
we had
that's
the horses,
amazing.
the bouncing house,
So cute. I love
free
it.
book bags, free supplies,
Yeah.
and then I had us performing for the kids.
Nice.
So it was all types of people from the neighborhood just coming out. it was
I
it was
love
definitely
that.
hot that day, but they came out, they supported everyone. It was really dope. And then I had Halloween parties all
Oh,
year.
that's
It
awesome.
was
Yeah.
I'm talking about every holiday we try to do something.
That's amazing. I love to
So
give back too. I would love to be a part of show support in every way. And if you have an event, I'll definitely shout it out to my followers as well because they love, showing their support as well. They're loyal.
Missy said December coming up, so we got the Secret Santa coming out. We'll be
Hey.
dropping random things. So
Yes.
definitely I'm gonna let you pick a random supporter that you wanna give back to. We're gonna
Of
make sure we're gonna
course.
give a soul food dinner on us.
Oh, that's
So you could pick
amazing.
one random person, and then we'll
Wow.
make sure they good. We're gonna definitely take care of the person that refers you. She got a gift on us as well. So
Oh, wait. I
it's
love that.
Thanksgiving coming up, so we're gonna make sure they eat good. Then
Absolutely.
December coming up, so that's the Secret Santa. So what we doing is the hats and gloves.
Mm,
I was thinking about the soup and chili, something simple, small, where people
right.
kind of get your hat, get your gloves, get a bite to
Exactly.
go.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
Cause you don't
amazing.
know how the weather gonna be. So we just
Right.
gonna keep it open ear just to make something quick either way it goes. Cause
Right.
the winter definitely been switching up on us.
Okay.
So something about you, you're a songwriter, producer.
Yeah.
Come on, blend raw storytelling. You got the college thing going on, and now you're 19. You finish up
Yes.
college. How many songs you got out besides that one? Just the only one you focusing
Denim was
on?
actually my debut, but I'll tell everyone right now I'm definitely working on an EP and that will be released very,
Oh,
very soon. So I'm so excited. And a lot of the songs are songs that I've written around the time of Denim, but there are also some songs that are new.
okay.
And I don't want to say too much without spoiling, but I will say that you can expect a lot of storytelling, a lot of conceptualism and creativity that you also
Okay.
got with Denim as well. A lot of um everything over the top as usual, but you can see a lot of that storyline start to flow into other songs with this EP. So I'm excited to get it out into the world and people to listen.
And what would you tell your following, your fans now? What would you tell them now, just as an opening ear, as you're going through the process?
I would say that it will definitely live up to the hype of Denim, and you can expect a lot more intimacy, and you will be able to see a lot more into my world as well, and to get, because I want to create a space where we get to, know each other on a deeper level. And I feel like with this EP, it will be a great introduction to Sydney Sanaa and the type of world that I'll be able to cultivate, not even just now, but in the future. And also,
Mm.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for streaming. People are still listening. I love you guys so much, and thank you.
And I know it keep, they say numbers don't lie, so I know it's keeping track of everything that's coming in. I was looking at your pages, like your Instagram, your
Mhm.
Facebook, and everything. You'd be surprised at how many new listeners come along.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
make sure you have a website,
Yeah.
business cards. You have any business cards?
Yes, I have business cards. I also have a website and everything. I also post like weekly updates on everything about shows I have coming up and things. I
So we
also,
really gonna dive in.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And I'm also very much, I'm kind of old school. So I love word of mouth. We always hang up posters. We take a evening, me and Jesse, we hang up posters around campus, around Boston and everywhere too. So we definitely make sure to spread the word about everything we got coming up.
Okay, so we're gonna take a real break real quick and then we're gonna come back. Cause I was ready to dive in, but I said we're gonna come
We'll
right back
come
and
back.
talk to him.
Yeah. Came up from a rocky place, flipping books so I can turn the page. The roads are slimming down these days, but I know that I'm gonna be okay. Jeans, keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Denim jeans, keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Times outgrown my fitted jeans. Never seems filled with my dreams. Double work the stitching, call it times two. Cut some ties and change my life, guess that happens sometimes too. Times outgrown my fitted jeans. Made what seems filled with my dreams. Gotta switch the fabric like it's magic. Cause how we moving up if we don't got pockets to match it? Yeah. Denim jeans. Keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Denim jeans. Keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Denim jeans. Keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Denim jeans. Keep it pushing, steady moving, got it in my jeans. Denim jeans. Running out of time to chase the cloud. Moving mean ends. When does it ever really stop? Denim jeans. Running out of time to chase the cloud. Moving mean ends. When does it ever really stop? Stop. Life feels like one big song. Broke lips and feel no news for me. No style, no point of view. Big plans, big things I wanna do. In a favorite place.
Tap back in, workaholics. We on Connect the Dots on Intellectual Radio. Feed your brain. My special guest was diving in right into the background of her journey, which you say trust the process. Woo. Now the business side of it, what you say? You got everybody depending on you to make sure you push this song, and the release part you says a lot of things you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So what do you expect? Good question. Good question. What do you expect from this?
From just denim in general, just like the release.
The whole process
I
of
think. Oh, go ahead. I'm so
as an
sorry.
artist, as a this journey, because like you said, the journey is really where it's at.
Absolutely.
So it's like, what do you expect from the whole project of you releasing this as a person, as a business woman?
Mm,
Everything you have to do is in order.
that's a really good question.
Say it's like testimony, right? It's like a
Yeah.
testament
You know,
for
We were
so
actually,
yeah.
yeah,
generations,
we were
right?
talking about this on the way here. And I think something that's so important and something unique about the record in general is that these experiences that I wrote about in the song Denim, about like
The healing.
transitioning and, dealing with, friendship and transition and starting things, new and starting fresh. I think it's such a new experience, and a lot of people don't really talk about this in music, where
Ooh,
you write a song that you relate to, but you don't really live through it until like you get through the process of releasing music
you
and doing the
yeah.
rollout.
You see it
And
way
I
afterwards.
think the record was healing in a way for me, because I was able to finally, sit back and reflect, like, you went through all of these things, and yes, you're talking about all these things in the lyrics, but you were able to live through it. And I think
For sure.
the release had to happen that way, and everything that happened before that, all the hardships and challenges, related to getting the record out, had to happen, because I wouldn't have been able to facilitate this tight connection and this deep love that I have for the record, and also the connection that I have with for my fans as well.
I think that why a lot of artists stand out nowadays, because it's so lost on a lot of music found in the industry, is the
Yes.
power and art of vulnerability, right?
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I like that
Hmm.
one.
Hmm.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Absolutely.
And your role in this business, come on, tell them about it. Just managing, just real quick.
Yeah. So I'm Sydney's manager and have been since last semester. I'll just provide a little bit of my background. So, I grew up in Northern Virginia. I grew up right in the outskirts of Washington, D.C., and I would go to so many shows, but um, I'm a creative by heart. And,
Okay.
where I see myself is on the stage as well. But it, booking my own gigs back home, especially with some pretty shady people who didn't
Ooh.
necessarily give me the compensation that I deserved or
Mm.
agreed upon, anything of that sort taught me the legality of the music industry and how litigious it is and how necessary it is to have contracts.
Come
Mm.
on.
And the most important thing and the most important tip that I would give to managers, artist managers, people who want to start out in the business side of things, for me, that I say that I employ with Sydney is communication, direct communication,
Yeah.
and never losing your sense of self on that. Don't let your egos get in the way. Just
Yeah.
be upfront, be
Hmm.
brutally honest. That's how you want to do it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yes, I like
So
that.
I take my experience as a creative and as a musician into my managerial role with Sydney. And I think, we were talking about this on the way here,
We
that
were.
it's helped me a lot as a manager and it's helped her on the receiving end. And that's why I think we work so well together. And, we just keep growing as an entity together, separately and cohesively. And I think that that's
Yes.
the beautiful thing about it. But it's really important to have that communication. And for me, to keep God at the center of it all.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you guys definitely have to come back.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
just to get you home to say, hey, welcome to Connect the Dots, just to
Right.
let them know
Mhm.
who you are and why you in rotation. Like I said, someone spoke highly of you. So that lets me know your
Yes.
music definitely going places. And when you come back, they can be like, hey, she
Yes.
already coming back. They gonna
I
know a
would
little
love
something,
to
something
come
about the
back.
song. And you can have people definitely getting in tune
Yes.
with things that's after college or while you still in college and things. But
Yeah.
how can they follow you? How can they find you? How can they keep in touch?
So I am the Sydney Sana on Instagram, Sydney, SYDNEY, Sana, SANAA. That's on the Sydney Sana. That's on Instagram. That's also on TikTok. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. And for streaming services, you can find me on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, SoundCloud. I'm everywhere. And yeah, I make sure to update a lot on Instagram, and I also post TikToks of my performances and performance reels. I try to go live often too. I think now I need to go back on live because I haven't. I've been lacking a little bit, but
That
um
marketing is everything.
it's
It's
everything. It's everything.
everything.
But I find that the people who enjoy my music the most, they love the visuals, and I've been making sure to feed them that too.
Okay.
And I'm also graduating college next semester, so I'll be
Come
done with
on.
Berkeley with my bachelor's degree. So I'm very blessed and excited to, be done and, move on. And it's not like I'm done with Berkeley. Like, I always will be around in Boston and doing gigs and connected with like my classmates and everything. But I'll definitely be updating and performing as usual. So I will definitely be
Keep them
keeping you updated.
updated.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
you gotta keep them updated. And I know you sure gonna share a lot of things that's going on with things she got going on. So how can they tap in with you?
Yes. So
If they want a book or what if a birthday coming up? You know,
exactly, exactly.
how can they
Well,
find
no.
you directly? Do they have a
Mhm.
page, a number, an email?
Right. So on Instagram, on IG, my Instagram handle is Jesse Chon Music, JESSECHON Music. And please feel free to reach out and DM. Sydney and I are looking for artists that we might want to help and grow and mentor. We
Absolutely.
definitely
Okay.
want to be, working on the development side, because I know that you like to work with younger people. You guys do a lot of outreach.
A
So we'd love
lot
to
of
Yes.
help
stuff.
any sort of community grow
Yeah.
in that side.
We love
And
working with the community and just, connecting with other people and
Okay.
like-minded people. So we're always like,
Mhm.
we are always down to help.
You
Yes.
definitely connected for December and January.
Yes.
But
Hey.
January is really to really highlight you guys again. So it's just a network party for you guys to get your trophies, to eat good. You're part of rotation. So when you do come back, we could talk about everything that's going on, for this year, because New
Right.
Year's is where
Yes.
we at.
New
So it's going to be
Year's.
towards the end of January. We're going to give back to the youth of all ages, the gloves, the hats, and things like that. I'm going to make sure I reach out to the live band.
Yes.
Yep.
So definitely let me know about the live band.
We'll make sure to put
For
something
sure.
together.
Yes, I want to
Yes.
put something together for sure about that.
We got you.
And a lot of kids that I think they need a lot of leadership.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of following going on. I think we need to take things back,
Yes.
because watching the news these days, you see that the kids is highlighting right now. So it's
Yeah.
time to.
Art and music in its whole is a form of resistance. It's acting for artistry and standing up for everyone.
You
I
really
agree.
have to,
Yes.
yes,
We were talking on the way here, and we were talking about how fundamental music is,
yes.
and just like everything, even with education. I mean, I was so blessed to have a family growing up where every music was with everything, like just from like my ABCs to like just learning different
Down
things.
bad.
Everything was put into a song. Like I learned how to spell my name because my parents made it into a song.
That's true.
And just like having that with you, and like just having music as a way, because it's a form of expression for me. Writing music and putting it out, even just listening to music, is therapy for me. And I think I believe in what you feed into your body, and word of power of the tongue. Like that is so important. What you feed into your soul and what you put out, that's so important. And I think
you live and breathe it.
yeah,
You really
absolutely,
do.
absolutely.
So we're gonna have to really come back and
Yeah.
chop it up again.
Yes.
What you say, and it's your host Shade Room Entertainment. She just want to let you guys know it's a lot of things in rotation. New Year's coming up. Any major goal before we leave? Any major goal before this year's up?
I am going to be doing a couple more performances. I'm working on a live recording to put out for the fans for the Christmas holidays.
Okay.
And you may be getting a little extra something. So I don't know if you follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, but make sure you have those notifications on, because you might get a little surprise.
I know that's right.
Stay tuned.
And how you gonna leave them? Anything major this year before we leave?
Yeah, I got some performances coming up in Boston.
Ooh.
I'm playing with a lot of singer-songwriters, and just here helping support Sydney along with growing my artistry. Stay tuned for my releases as well. You can stay tuned on my Instagram and TikTok, which is just my name, Jesse Chon. You guys
Okay.
can be expecting things, and then in the coming months.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to make a visit to support. So definitely let
Yes,
me
for
know.
sure.
We're gonna come out there.
Through.
Yes. And before you leave, again, make sure you guys download, follow, air, share, promote anything on all platforms. We are here to connect on Intellectual Radio, and we are out. Yeah, that song there is where is that?
Thank you.
See, I saved it on here.
I didn't know this filter was on.
See it right here on YouTube. This is how I was able to save it.
Oh wow.
It's on
Yes, it's
YouTube.
everywhere. Yeah.